Are you having trouble sticking to a budget? You're not alone. Just about everyone has felt that pang of dread when the bills roll in, or that sinking feeling when an unexpected expense pops up out of nowhere. Maybe you found yourself wondering where all your money went at the end of the month, or maybe you're just unsure of how to start budgeting in the first place. These struggles are as common as sand on a beach, and they're not a reflection of you or your abilities. Instead, they're a sign that budgeting can be tricky, and it's something most of us need a little help with. Whether it's the discipline to stick to a budget, the confusion around where to, or the fear of those pesky unexpected expenses, we've all been there. But don't worry, this isn't a doom and gloom story. Stay tuned, because we're about to dive into some easy-to-follow budgeting tips that will turn your financial life around. First things first, understanding the basics of budgeting is crucial. Budgeting, at its core, is all about balance. It's a way of ensuring that your income, that's your hard-earned cash, isn't outweighed by your expenses, the stuff you spend your money on. Simple, right? But it's more than just making sure you're not spending more than you're earning. It's about planning how you're going to use your money to achieve your financial goals. Think of it like a roadmap. You wouldn't set off on a cross-country road trip without a plan, would you? So why should your financial journey be any different? Creating a budget plan helps you plot your course, deciding where you want to go and how you're going to get there. But just like any good road trip, there's no point in having a plan if you're not going to stick to it. That's why tracking your income and expenses is so important. It's like your GPS, keeping you on track and letting you know when you're veering off course. So why bother with all this budgeting business? Well, aside from avoiding the financial equivalent of getting lost in the wilderness, budgeting brings a host of benefits. It can lead to financial stability, give you peace of mind, and help you achieve those big financial goals. Now that you've got the basics down, let's move on to some practical budgeting tips. Ready to become a budgeting pro? Here are some practical tips to help you get there. Firstly, let's talk about budgeting apps. Digital natives, rejoice. These handy tools are like having a financial advisor in your pocket, whispering sweet nothings about your spending habits. Apps like Mint or Pocket Guard can keep track of your spending and even gently scold you when you're about to blow your budget on that extra latte. Now on to setting realistic goals. It's all well and good to decide you're going to save half your income starting tomorrow, but unless you found a magic money tree, that's not likely to happen. Instead, start small. Maybe aim to save 10% of your paycheck. Once that becomes easy, you can gradually increase your savings goal. Next, let's talk about the habit of saving. It's like going to the gym. It's tough at first, but once you get into a routine, it becomes second nature. And just like you wouldn't expect to see results after one gym session, don't be disheartened if your savings don't skyrocket overnight. Consistency is key. Cutting unnecessary is another crucial step. Now, I'm not suggesting you live like a hermit, but do you really need that gym membership when you haven't been there since 2023? Or that monthly subscription to a magazine you never read? Trim the fat, folks, your budget will thank you. Lastly, prioritizing needs-wants. This can be a tough one. Sure, those designer shoes are calling your name and they'd look great in your Instagram feed, but remember, shoes can't keep you warm at night or pay your electricity bill. Always prioritize your basic needs and bills before splurging on wants. Remember, budgeting isn't about yourself, it's about making your money work for you. Let's recap what we've learned today. Budgeting can indeed be a struggle, but remember, it's a crucial part of financial wellness. We've covered the basics, from tracking income and expenses to setting financial goals. And let's not forget those practical tips: prioritizing needs over wants and keeping an emergency fund. Budgeting might seem challenging at first, but with these tips, you're well on your way to becoming a budgeting master. So why not start your budgeting journey today?